wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. You are watching Life with Ben, exclusively on PTV.
I'm here at the villa, and I'm here to give you a tour of the 2024 Christmas forest. I'm telling you, it's very difficult to find any type of background where there's no Christmas on display. So I'm just gonna say, you know what? It is what it is. Let's get started. We're starting off here in the office. This is the Mickey Mouse head tree, or just the Mickey head tree?
Mouse head tree.
Mouse, oh my gosh. Technical names.
This is the one that's always on scene behind us during our live shows.
Behind Arnie and Doug, on top of their tchotchke closet, their cabinet, whatever you want to call it. This one is the anniversary tree.
Yes.
And this one is featuring the 30th anniversary of The Lion King.
And there's Simba.
Over here, this is the Decades tree.
Yes, the Hallmark Decades tree. From 1990 to this year, every year is represented. A different theme each decade.
Where did the teddy bears come from?
I have no idea. They may have been a gift, I don't remember. Rudolph I got at Disneyland last year.
The next room we're coming to is the Grand Mickey Suite. Poor Mickey, he's got the little lopsided ear that's poking down. It just, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
This room features two trees in two corners of the room. They're both full of Mickey Mouse ornaments, mostly from Hallmark and a lot from the Disney parks and stores.
In fact, from Disney Store, the tree toppers are both from the London store of the Disney Store.
Just outside the Grand Mickey Suite is this bookcase that features, what tree is this? The Experiences tree?
Yeah, we call this the Hall of Experiences. We have two trees here. The tree that's on top of the bookcase, and then there's one that's hanging on the hall.
This one features a lot of Broadway shows that you guys have seen?
Yeah, it's primarily just Broadway shows that we've seen either in New York or San Francisco.
And then this is above the entrance to the laundry room. This is what, Arnie?
That is a cross-stitch picture of the Christmas shop. I did that in 1983.
Holy cow, that's 40 years old.
Yeah.
This is the train tree. Arnie and Doug have had this tree for several years, and it just keeps growing. Is this the first time it's been all the way down to the floor instead of sitting on a table?
Yes. No, we used to have a Hallmark tree, but that Hallmark tree wasn't tall enough or big enough to hold all the ornaments. It just keeps growing.
Well, that also explains why you have different train ornaments on the garland over here.
Yeah, we call this area the train nook because we have train ornaments on the garland and then a miniature train here, including a Lionel logo for a tree topper here on the little table.
Sherry did that through sublimation.
Sublimation.
Going across the room, there are a couple of other trees over here. This one is the Dalmatian tree. Those of you who have watched the channel for several years know that this is a staple in the forest. And we all know that the ornaments on this the ornaments came from McDonald's from the mid-90s.
And also Disney pins.
Everyone will recognize the leg lamp from A Christmas Story, is it called?
Yeah, it's the glow of sex in the window.
This is the Christmas Story tree.
Yeah, Doug eventually wants to update the finial on top to look just like the movie tree, but we just haven't gotten there yet.
I've lost track of the number of trees that we've seen, but I'm keeping track of them here on the screen for you. We're in the bathroom here. This is the snowman tree.
It's taller this year. Now it's 4 feet tall.
We're now moving into the family room. Doug was just saying, this is a lot of Christmas. These are 3 trees that go with the Main Street Village that I purchased through Arnie and Doug at, an antique store in Orange County. a few years ago. So each of these is decorated with ornaments, lights, and a tree topper. It's kind of ridiculous that there's so much up there, but those are 3 trees. Over the fireplace, we've got the wreath and the highly decorated garland that sits on the mantle. Doug is very proud of that, and he does all the work himself.
He's had bubble lights all his life on the mantle, so he kept up the tradition here.
And of course, we've got the 3 handmade stockings that Arnie, Doug, and I have here. Arnie worked on his and Doug's, and I did the one in the middle. And it's a finer canvas that took a lot more work, and I still have PTSD over that. Just across from the fireplace, we've got the Crystal Grove. There were so many crystal ornaments that were being collected, they expanded into 3 separate trees a few years ago. How long ago was that now?
Oh, goodness, it's been at least 5-6 years now.
But they always feature snowmen at the bottom.
And birds.
And birds. There they are. Over here in the corner of the family room is the crystal tree. This one features a lot of glass, a lot of plastic, a lot of mirrors, and Swarovski ornaments from, dated since 2001?
Yeah, since 2001. And this particular one is dated 2019.
So this is its 6th Christmas on this tree.
Yes.
Across from the crystal tree, we have the Orlando Guy Nostalgia Tree. Richard was kind enough to sponsor this tree this year. And it is a 9-foot Balsam Hill Berkshire Mountain Fir.
Yes, which Doug calls the Berkshire Hathaway fir.
But it does feature ornaments from the past 80 years, including these ornaments that were gifted to Arnie from our grandmother, she's been gone for over 30 years now, right?
Yeah.
Or no, close to 30 years. But these are from World War II. Here are 2 other trees. These ones are what Arnie refers to as Morgan's trees because of the tie that we have to the most wonderful time of the year from Hallmark.
The Hallmark film, Most Wonderful Time of the Year, where Morgan in the movie refers to the legend of the one red candle. So there's one red light on the trees.
But then this is the ladder that Arnie and Doug usually have a lot of cookbooks on and other tchotchkes, but everything's Christmas. Now we're swinging over into the kitchen. This is another small tree that Arnie and Doug have. Put your hand over there so we can see the size. Yeah, that's a real small tree, but it's got, about 20 or so ornaments on it?
Closer to 30.
All right. And it sits on the high hill above the Noelville village that Doug collected for 10 years that Hallmark put these ornaments out. Above the kitchen cabinets, they've got garlands and gingerbread and peppermint, which is a continued theme that goes from the kitchen into the dining room. And you'll see more stuff as you go all the way around the kitchen. But that leads to the kitchen tree, where there are a lot of Starbucks ornaments.
Yeah, it's almost exclusively Starbucks ornaments. I have a few more coming.
Around the corner from the kitchen tree, before we transition into the dining room and living room, what is this tree? The Season's Treatings tree? Or
Season's Treatings and a lot of gumdrops and things. It plays into the whole candy thing.
But this is a series that has been going on for several years at Hallmark.
I would say it's about between 12 and 15 years. I've lost count.
But the topper is new.
That came from Cost Plus World Market. Yes, it's new.
Of course, you're all familiar with the harvest garland. This will have some of the picks and all that transitioned out after Thanksgiving to turn this into a Christmas garland or Christmas harvest?
Christmas harvest. We'll take out all the autumn leaves and picks, and then we'll put in more Christmas themed.
This Haunted Mansion plaque here is no accident. It's usually here, but down below is the Nightmare Before Christmas tree. Is this the first year for this one?
First year for this one. Here is a badge for Doug's event that he went October 3rd, 2001. It was the first event where they did an overlay in the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland. They call it Haunted Mansion Holiday.
Next to it is the Peanuts tree.
This one is brought to us this year. It's sponsored by On the Porch.
This has ornaments going back to the 70s. But there's our sponsor. Next to the Peanuts tree, and actually in between the Peanuts tree and the Toys and Games tree that we'll be getting to, we have, what is this called?
This is our castle table because we have the Lego castle, of course, from Disney World. But these are the Hallmark miniature trees. There are over, well, I'd say close to 300 ornaments on display on this table.
Holy cow.
Takes a long time to open each little box and put them on each of the trees.
There's Mini Chatty. That is a lot of ornaments.
Yeah.
Finishing off this area of the Christmas forest for 2024, this is the Toys and Games tree. It features a lot of ornaments from Hallmark, which they did a lot of board games, and I see Play-Doh, and what else is here? Like kitty cars.
Yeah, lots of them. Lots of almost exclusively Hallmark ornaments. And then this one this year is brought to us by Christi Turner, our builder from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Here on the front door, we see a Mickey wreath. This came from the Disney store many years ago.
2008.
And ever since, Arnie and Doug have redone the wreath a little bit. These are original, the little red ornaments?
Yes, those are original, but the rest of the ornaments Doug put on pine cones and the lights.
That's really pretty, and that's all battery operated.
Yes.
Crossing over from the Toys and Games and Peanuts trees, we're now looking at the dining room. Doug always does a beautiful display with his bell lights above the china cabinet that he's got here. But these two trees that flank the cabinet are gingerbread and peppermint.
Yes. Gingerbread peppermint.
There are a lot of ornaments. How many would you say are here on both of these trees?
Between the two of them, there are about 600 to 700 ornaments.
Holy cow. And the new addition down over here.
Yeah. He came from the at-home store.
Let's move from the dining room over to in between the dining room and living room. This one is not necessarily an official tree, but it's the copper pots lit with garlands and lights. But here, next to that, is the Disney animation tree, which features the ornaments that were done by Arnie and Doug and Sherry. And this tree is sponsored by Matt and Tyler. Thanks, guys. There's a lot of posters and a lot of ornaments here. On the floor, because they can't help themselves, we've got two miniature trees here. One is a Hallmark tree.
Yeah, the Hallmark tree. You can tell it's a Hallmark gold crown basket that we got from Amy's Hallmark in beautiful downtown Pleasant Hill before it went out of business.
And next to that is the Target tree.
All Target themed ornaments, yes, in a Target basket.
That's really cute. And another topper from Sherry, done through the process of sublimation.
Sublimation.
Then over here is another animation tree. This one is Pixar. There are just a lot of ornaments and movie posters here. And in the very back corner, which I can't even really touch, is the Shiny Bright tree. Is that what that's called?
Yes, complete with the tinsel icicles.
Moving over to here, above the cabinet that Doug has here, two more trees. These are pine cone trees. And how old are these Mickey and Minnie?
Doug bought those probably about almost 25 years ago.
I got them in 97.
1997. So
So
they're
they're-
over 25 years.
So almost 30 years. And they came from the Disney parks?
The Disneyland Crystal shop that no longer exists.
And I saved the best for last. This is the Disney Grove. This collection of trees grew out of one big tree. It's now one semi-big tree with 6 little trees surrounding it. And this is just a stunning display of everything that has been collected by Arnie and Doug over the past 30 plus years.
The tree in the center is a Balsam Hill Berkshire Mountain Fir, 7.5 feet tall. The others are just pencil trees and alpine trees from various sources. The tree toppers are plush that represent Mickey through the years. Oswald is in back up there. And then that Mickey plush is from 2001 at Disneyland. There are probably, I would say, about 1,500 ornaments on display in this grove.
Does that include the animation trees?
No.
Oh, wow. What type of ornaments?
Well, a lot of the Disney ornaments, including antenna toppers, that, and a lot of keychains. There are keychains peppered throughout the whole grove, actually. That's really where a lot of the ornaments came from. Buttons, too. This one is from Disneyland's 40th anniversary.
And my favorite, It's a Small World.
I hope that was a fast enough tour for all of you. 46 trees. We've never done that many here before. Do you think you guys will be adding any more?
I don't know, maybe.
This was a 2-month project, and it's definitely a labor of love, but it really is stunningly beautiful. Now I've got to finish stuff at my house. Remember, adventure is out there.